Tonight is August the 12th, 2017, and I'm going to make a video at the specific request of a good gentleman, and I think it's a very good one. What we're going to do tonight is, we're still in the THD, IMD mentality. So what I'm going to do is take one of the very best amplifiers I have, this little MA230 clone made by Mac. I built this, but it's a Macintosh MA230's schematic and circuit, and I'm going to run it up until I get 1% THD, and then I'm going to switch it over to an IMD measurement, and we're going to run it up until we get 1% IMD, and we're going to see just how close we can get to this ratio of 1.47, which is the ratio that all the books, the Radiotron books, the Audio Cyclopedia by Howard M. Tremaine, this one right here, this I show this one all the time. I don't have the Radiotron book out here, but the point of this is to actually get an analytical measurement of the comparison between THD and IMD. In THD, we drive it with a single sine wave, one pure tone, and in IMD we drive it with two tones. A two-tone test and a single tone test are not the same thing. You cannot do them the same way. I think everybody knows that, whether it's a single sideband transmitter or a audio amplifier or an RF amplifier. If you look at IMD measurements that people have posted on YouTube in the gigahertz range, you see all this stuff. IMD measurements are made with a two-tone test, and they are done slightly different, and they're measured at a different power level. But what our objective tonight is to see what we get empirically by doing a test. And we're going to run this amplifier right here up to 1% THD, write that down, and then we're going to configure it very quickly for a IMD measurement of 40 Hertz and 7 kilohertz in the ratio of 4 to 1 voltage ratio. The lower frequency is 4 times the voltage ratio of the upper frequency. This is all standard stuff that can be looked up and verified in the two videos I posted right before this, and just any other videos or manual that speaks of IMD also. So here we go. Enough of that. What I'm going to do, I've got it hooked up right now for THD, and as I've been doing these other measurements, we're going to run the camera in to 2 points, except we want to get some of that glare off. Got to have some light in here though. Yeah, I believe that's going to work. Okay, this is our power level, our average watts, and this is our distortion level in THD. You can see it's pretty low. It's excellent right now, 0.08%. But we're going to run it up until we get 1%, record that number, and then quickly configure it for IMD measurements, run that up to 1%, and do the ratio and see what we get. So we're testing the amplifier at its maximum output. It actually does a lot of power. It's only rated at 30 watts. Okay, I'll get as close as I absolutely can. I think that's close enough. 1.0 something or another. 47 point, let's call that 47.5 watts. 47.5 watts at 1% THD. Okay? That's a little 30 watt amp. That thing performs quite well, doesn't it? Okay, now we're going to turn it back down while the camera is still rolling. If I don't knock it over, I'm going to pull this out, get in front of the camera again with my fat head, reconfigure this quickly over to we're going to do IMD now, and we're going to have to configure this over to 4 times 10. Okay, now we're going to do the IMD measurement, and we're going to see, as I say empirically, by experimentation that is, what the actual level is that it reaches 1% IMD. Okay, let's start back up with the power. There's 5 watts. There's 8 watts at 0.47. Well, I don't know what 0.47, 47 is, but we're going to find out here in just a minute. See, we're up to 10.9, 11, 12. Actually, thing to watch is the distortion products up there. There it is, right there. Okay, 1.1. That's about as close as we can get. That's 28.6. There we go. We got our numbers. 28.6 watts. 1% IMD. Okay, let's turn it down so we're not smoking everything. And then let's go over here to our sheet of paper. Sorry for the fumbling. I know I'm putting you out in outer space here a little bit with the but here's what we have. And if we do that ratio, it'll be interesting what we come up with. 47.5, 47.5 divided by 28.6, 28.6 divide. That's the camera focus. That's 1.66. Okay, that's okay. I don't see any issue with that. 1.66. I do have an issue finding my pencil again, though. 1.66. That's a ratio of 1.66. What that's saying is what we've determined here is that at the 1% THD level, the books say you should look for a 1.47, and you take the reciprocal of that so that you can get a percentage. 1.47, 1.47 reciprocal of that is 0.68 or 68%. What the books say is to run this guy right here, to measure that at 68% for an IMD measurement. Well, in our case, 1.66, let's find the reciprocal of that. That's 0.60. So our measurements come up with 60%. Okay, so it is. So I think they're 1.47. I'm gonna hang on to that. I don't know how they derive that, but that seems to be the standard, and there you go. That's the experimental way of determining those two ratios. Really nice performing little 30-watt amplifier that'll actually do 47.